Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Prophecy, where we go on with the Drukhari Menace investigation and talk to Omnicron Arc right now.
Inquisitor, the etheric alpha spectrometer finished the analysis of the warp signatures detected around the last Drukhari webway portal.
Tell me that this is leading somewhere. I'll be quite dissatisfied if I cannot deliver judgment upon those who are responsible for the destruction in this system.
Xenorite triangulation subroutines identified the same signatures on a deserted void station in the system. Note that this method is considered as a grade Gamma tech heresy.
I need results, Omicron. I don't care about your meddling with Xenorite technology.
Statement recorded for future reference. On the subject, etheric triangulation subroutines identified familiar signatures on a deserted void station. 90.7% probability that the webway gate was opened from these coordinates.
Then we have a long, exhausting piece of work ahead of us in this accursed system.
Will do. So, we have to destroy the Dark Elder hideout, which we, of course, will do gladly. So, the briefing right here, setting the score. I've rescued the Cardinal from the captivity of the Dark Elder. Their plan to lure me into the trap has failed miserably. My tech priest, using his mysterious Xenorite ways, has managed to locate the webway gate on a deserted star fort. This could be the hideout of the Dark Elder raiders working in the system, and I can finally exact my revenge on this depraved alien race.
Station is definitely used by the Dark Elder. I can finally pay my regards to their leaders.
You should be reminded that the Drukhari use the arteries of the webway that can offer them a swift escape.
Indeed. They also need solid webway gates to transport human slaves to their otherworldly bastions. There must be something vital to their plans I can destroy around here.
Okay, quickly summon our constructs to go on against those Drukhari forces. We need to explore this little area, which we of course will do gladly and, so to say, quickly, with no further consequences. I don't know what I want to say. Consequences for us? Don't know. Do you see something which I think is cool? That some sort, of course, looks like an Imperial facility, but with all the Drukhari signs there, looks a little different, and that is so nice. As I say, I talk about it, I think, in every episode. I like the environment in this game. If you say so, the missions are, as it is a RPG game, most times very, very similar, which you might argue is not great, but at least on one hand the story differs, the enemy differs, and the environment as it is, except the investigations where it is not randomly generated, but it always looks some sort of different. And in the darker settings, like here, you see what I love in this game are for example, the lighting looks absolutely amazing. So I will try to focus a little bit on I don't need to focus on the Scourge, but at least what is good right now, there has not been a enemy composition which made it troublesome for us. That is good. And except the Grotesque, I think, with his nasty little gas AoE weapon, I think we have no enemy right here which should pose AoE damage, and that is very, very good. And as you see, since the Drukhari forces, of course, are a little bit they accept less damage than Imperial targets do, although you have to say, Imperial Guardsmen, for example, don't take a lot of damage, and but they don't have so many hard-hitting targets, but beefy targets. So there, talking about beefy targets, we have one here, the Whirlpool Wretch. What I need to think about is, as you see on the left side right there, we do not have so many inoculator spots remaining. That has one oh man, these torturing devices, that looks so great. Not that torture's great, torture is not great, but the optics there. What I want to say is, as you see, we have less inoculator capacity. That of course on the one hand can be bad, on the other hand cannot be bad. Well, in the end it can only be bad. Maybe we find it already out in this episode. That might not be very good for us. So I might need to refit the old inoculator there. I thought the capacity was the same.
Warp signatures indicate that this contraption is used as an anchor between real space and the webway.
It's high time to seal the gates then. Let's see how they react.
I would say they attack us.
How dare you to interfere with our work, you arrogant monkey.
Look who has crawled back to receive judgment.
I will cut out your tongue for your disrespect. I am one of the cabal of the Jagged Maze. We are the masters of the dark pathways that lead to the Sunless Camorra. You cannot stop us.
Stop what? You are kidnapping Imperial citizens. You are nothing but cowards.
Kidnapping? That's endearing. We have taken millions of your kind, you fool. You have abandoned entire worlds and let us prey upon the remaining human cattle. I should thank you for that.
The Emperor doesn't abandon anyone. I'm here to stop your foul machinations.
You are only wasting your time, creature. The hidden webway tunnels spread wide beyond the veil of your subsector. We go wherever we wish.
Then you should return to your true master and frolic at the feet of Slaanesh.
For this, I will show you the true meaning of pain.
Okay, we of course quickly fall back, and it would be nice if our bots, our constructs, would focus on the nasty villain right here, the little succubus, which you might know is very troublesome. At least if you lose all of your suppression resistance, but maybe a little bug there that her way was blocked and she simply did not attack us. On the other hand, that was absolutely good and great and amazing for us, so we did survive.
Admirable work, Inquisitor. I wish you could bring that Xenox corpse to me. My vibro-scalpels thirst for Drukhari blood.
This kind of personal commitment is
The Dark Elder are an elusive race we rarely have the chance to study. Consider my wish a professional curiosity, with a hint of personal benefit.
one day I'll find out. And you know so much about it.
But as you've seen there, what of course is with the current status of our inoculator capacity, which is not much, that such nasty villain enemy types can of course do a lot of nasty damage to us, and it is one of utter importance. Oh my god, is he still being tortured? I hope and he seems to be alive. Okay, I can't rescue him. If I could, I would. That we need to be very careful, especially against those villain type enemies, which, as you have seen, a couple of hits and we were down in nearly half of our HP, which of course is not what we exactly want to do or want to have. Okay, I sadly enough pulled the enemies right here. Let's see, there is, I think, a villain again, at least a bigger type of enemy, which I did luckily not pull with the little group here, but since I'm going to attack them, okay, it's just a incubus, so that is good for us, or bad, whatever you want to say. And there, I don't know what kind of grenade that was, but at least our little guys were therefore a little bit stunned, which of course is not ideal and not what we want. So please all focus on the incubus so we can deal with him directly and quickly take him out. It's of course very bad that these guys can or not resummon, but summon new types, or not new types, but new enemies, which is, well, not ideal, especially you know, if they constantly respawn. And at least in the alpha, luckily, this has been adjusted. There, in the past, I did way more warp incursion missions where you needed to destroy warp gates where new chaos forces were spawned. And the bad part there sometimes, as not everything has been adjusted, that you sometimes, when the first wave, for example, came and you barely killed them all, and then in that moment the second wave came, and so to say, you could not do any or not a lot of damage to the summoning chaos gate. That was very often very dicey, but in the end that luckily got adjusted. So these guys are gone. What I think is a little bit sad, but on the other hand absolutely normal in these types of games, that we don't have so many level ups as we did have in the past, or at the beginning with this character, where we in nearly every episode had a level up. But you know, as you level up, that of course gets slower and slower. Okay, these groups are down. We have to clear the area, so okay, they just were pulled. Skinner down, another radar. Good. Whatever. Okay, Imperial Guardsman. That's not cool.
I found an Imperial citizen in Xenos captivity. He seems to be a psyker. Who are you?
My name is Thrall. I think I was a sanctioned psyker, formerly in the service of the planetary governor.
Why did the Xenos spare you?
They tortured me. They have broken me. I was their bloodhound. They used me to sniff out high-ranking Imperials like you.
So this is how they knew about my every move.
I had dreams about you. I felt your burning dedication. I felt your wrath. They were afraid of you, you know.
You could have warned me telepathically.
I guess. Yes. I can remember the last time I had thoughts and decisions. There was just the pain and the lack of pain.
Okay, morality choice. As usual, I go with the radical decision. You have been found guilty of treason, however, considering the circumstances and your potential value as an asset with the information on the Dark Elder, I will deliver you to the Ordo Xenos for further interrogation, sparing you of the death sentence. You have been found guilty is of course the prudent decision of treason and collaboration in the deaths of millions of Imperial citizens. The judgment is death. I'll go of course there. And that should be the end of this mission.
The reavers of the cabal of the Jagged Maze have been stopped. I consider this operation a success.
I probably don't need to remind you that Cabals send out numerous raiding parties. If this murderous witch told you the truth, there must be other Dark Elder forces working in other isolated regions of the subsector, trying to enslave whole worlds.
I'm counting on that, actually. We should teach them a lesson while they think they are safe. But for now, my work here is done.
Alright, and we of course exit, and then quickly take a look at the items we have received. If I'm smart enough, I'm going to change the inoculator. We did not, with the inoculator capacity, did not have too many problems in this episode, but I fear that there is going to be a problem in one of the next episodes. So kill 25 brilliant enemies on your level or higher, tech adept only, and 1% movement speed to vivisectors for each existing vivisector. That ain't bad, because as faster they are at the enemy, the better that is for us actually. Alright, so I'll again go with do you know what I don't understand? It is telling us 18 capacity there, and we only had 4. So I try this one out in the next episode. Just saying. And then let's talk to him.
Margos, I need an explanation why you, as a janitor, are so well versed in the forbidden Drukhari law.
And you're absolutely right. I told you that all of this was classified, but for the sake of transparency, I will tell you the truth. I grew up on a small mining colony that fell prey to a Dark Elder raiding party. They took me to an homunculus laboratory. I don't want to go into details. Suffice to say that creature experimented on me, testing the effects of various drugs on the human physique. I was rescued by an Adeptus Mechanicus strike force, who spent a long time studying the various substances in my system. Eventually, I joined their ranks, but I could never forget the atrocities of that despicable Xenox race.
It is indeed a remarkable story. Rest assured, Margos, the time of your reckoning has come.
Alright, Terra Incognita. During my investigation, it became clear that the Oreo system in the Tricklaw subsector has become a hunting ground for the Dark Elder. The sadistic slavers realized that there were entire worlds without proper Imperial protection during the decades of isolation. Lacking manpower, the Xenos chose manipulation, terror, and mind-altering drugs to exert their influence over the Imperial authorities, so they continue their foul practices unharmed. The Drukhari corrupted extramilitarium regiments in the system, imprisoned a cardinal, and spread the dangerous psychoactive, where was I? I am so sorry. Okay, this is not good for us. I'm so sorry. Am I crazy? Psychoactive substance among the fighting force. I'm so sorry. I have defeated the succubus from the cabal of the Jagged Maze, who claimed that they had taken millions of Imperial citizens so far using the hidden webway tunnels, which spread wide beyond the wheel of the subsector. Okay, level up. That is never bad. That is never ever bad. So in the next time we start the Grim Harvest and then talk to the captain. For now, I really thank you for watching. If you guys actually have enjoyed this episode, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day. Stay frosty. Bye.